Hey everybody, welcome to Champ & Sons and our new Madden 26 franchise series here that we've got back on the channel, returning to Madden after about a year or two off. So, in the return, I had to figure out what team really wanted to focus on and why we would look at them. Is it something that we want to try to do a rebuild in the sense of like NCAA, or really take a team that is kind of ready but still performing mediocre? And I've decided to kind of go that route. And I say mediocre because being a Cowboys fan, making the playoffs isn't enough. And I assume Steelers fans would feel the same way. So, seeing what the Steelers do have, they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of capability. The problem is a majority of their talent is old. They are old. So it's going to be a struggle. If we take on the Steelers, we're probably going to have to look to move some guys. Do it because some like guys like TJ Watt are coming up on a new contract time. Do we really want to pay him? I mean, yeah, he's a franchise defensive kind of player, but at the same time, he's gotten injured a little bit the last couple seasons in real life. Um, and so it becomes a thing of where the age of some of these guys, some of these players are. And you also got to look at teams that are kind of that are building towards something. The Browns, I think, are a pretty decent team. Don't get me wrong; they suck in general, but that's really because they've had crappy quarterbacks. The Browns are an example of what can happen when you have a bad quarterback on the team. So I think for the Browns, their issue is pretty easily resolved. The Rams is the same thing. They're kind of old, right? They've got a lot of age. They've got some cap problems. So they're not. They don't seem like it'd be that much fun. The Steelers, I think they have enough upcoming issues that it's going to be a fun, challenging one. So we are going to become the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin, you are out. And it's time for the fourth coach of the Steelers to come in, and that is, if you're a fan of the channel, you follow the channel, you've seen him appear in coaching in college football 25. You saw him in our college football 14 series. It is Coach Justin Credible, former quarterback of Florida State. He was a former head coach of South Texas Big River University, and he is now coming up to take over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so this one I think is going to be a pretty fun series. Like I said, I think we're going to have to start trying to get younger guys in here. So that's pretty much going to be my goal with this team moving forward is, yeah, as much as you have your established, face of the franchise guys like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, um, those kind of, you don't really have an offensive face of the franchise right now in all reality. But on the defensive side, you have those guys. We're gonna have to look to move on. I think a perfect example of that was in real life trading away Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's a really good safety, but when it comes to the cost for him for what he produces, I mean, I guess this time will tell this season if that was going to be worth it or not. I can see both sides of that argument. I really can. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see kind of how things happen here, and how things go on. So we are going to take over the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're not going to try to fade too far away from being Tomlin-esque, right? The guy is obviously one of the most winningest coaches. I don't care what people say about winning percentage and all that. Well, he only goes 9-8. I don't care. He wins. That's what he does. I mean, what is it, like 17, 18 straight winning seasons, basically since he's been there, or 20 straight winning seasons since he's been there. I mean, it's an ungodly amount. And those are some major shoes to fill. So that's I think that's one of the challenges to taking over a team like this, which is the history of the franchise and trying to match that, knowing what it is in real life, and essentially trying to create that here in the game. Now, talking about big shoes to fill, we are going with the old person Nikes. If you ever see an old codger couple walking, look at the old guy. Those are his shoes. We are wearing them. They are going to be comfort. They are going to really help give us a solid base going into the season. Now, looking at the league settings, I do have it on all Madden. I always change it to 15-minute quarters. Um, Minimum play clock, I always say for Madden, I think I always kept it about 20 or 17. I'm putting it down to 15 just like I do for college football. Injury management, all that is going to be all manual. Manage practice reps, yeah, that I'll keep auto because I'm not going to try to stress too much about practice in general. Ability weekly recap, auto progress, yeah, correct. There we go. Practice squad stealing on. Relocation setting, users only. Yeah, as fun as it is to see the computer relocate somebody, at the same time get kind of annoyed when all of a sudden you're like, who the hell are the Toronto Chupacabras? And yet they're in the AFC West. I don't get it, but it's kind of one of those things. So progressive fatigue, if you turn that on, wear and tear turns off. And I'm going to see how they do wear and tear this season. It's going to be interesting because in college football, you get through about a whole season with like a running back or something. A lot of times it seems like they end up getting hurt or their wear and tear just is too much for them for the year. So it's going to be interesting to see. Coach firing, I did put on CPU only. If you've ever seen one of our series back when we started with the Falcons, yeah, we actually got fired. Uh, Now we did everything we needed to turn that team around, but like we legit got fired, and so I just turned that off now. Just keep it a CPU firing only at this point. So we're gonna get ready. Unlock 200 staff points. Yeah, I do keep the pre-purchase awards on. That's fine. People that like to turn them off, I don't care. I paid for it. Essentially, take a look at what I did pay with whatever percentage discount. It became cheaper for this and college football with the deluxe early release stuff than if I'd bought them individually at release. So it's one of those taking for what it is. But I paid for it, so I'm taking my damn benefits from it. There's a new coach in charge, tasked with guiding this team to the peak of the NFL. For someone with dreams reaching Canton. The first day, stage for a career to come. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we got ourselves a little press conference. People got some questions. God dang, we look like we are coming in hungover. Oof. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Brutal. Coach, a big reason you were hired was your ability to develop talent and get the most out of players. What area will you focus on first? Focus players, developing the QB, finding scheme fits. See, developing the QB, we're going to take a look at the roster here later, right? But, I mean, everybody knows what happened in the offseason with Ron and the Steelers. So we know who our starting quarterback is, right? Aaron Rodgers. I don't think there's much more to develop in there. So you have to look at the guys after him. You're talking Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and was it Will Howard? How did Will Howard slip so far, by the way? You're telling me a kid who played 4 years in college, pretty much a very winning quarterback. I think won the Big 12 at least once, won a national championship. I don't know what else you could ask from a kid, but he dropped all the way to like the 5th round. Kind of ridiculous. So we'll kind of see what happens with him. I don't know if he's a quarterback of our future, but it is what it is. So we look at training camp is going to be our focus, shifting to on the field. What are we going to focus on? Yeah, I am going to say defense. With losing Minkah Fitzpatrick, knowing Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback, he's not the quarterback of the future. I don't want our focus right now to be on the offense. I think if I can get our defense solid, like 100% boom, sturdy, we should be able to win with just about anybody at quarterback, which will kind of really help us out in terms of if we stick with Howard once we do get rid of Rodgers, because I'm telling you, I don't put up with that Rodgers BS like others do. You know what I'm saying? Pretty huge effort in developing every player. Yeah, thanks everyone. I'm really excited for this year, and go Steelers. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan. That's hard to say. My wife is a Steelers fan, so you can also guess another reason why we went into this doing this way. All right. So let's see what else kind of Madden throws our way. I know this kind of stuff popped up before. Like I said, I didn't play Madden 25, so I don't know. These position battle things came late. This is something new for this season, or they did start last season. Coaches will decide how far to go. Surprised you're not in pads. We got practice in a few minutes. Kenneth Gainwell. Before we get to it, I want to talk about my place on the depth chart. I really believe I can handle being the top halfback on. Well, I hate it when people do this. No, show me. Don't come in here telling me. I'd like a chance to start this year. What do you think? Yeah, give me a strong preseason. Or yeah, we definitely are gonna have to talk after the preseason. But show me something. Don't just come in and tell me, "Oh, I think I can do it." No. You got to show me. Okay. The NFL is a prove-it league. You want something, you prove to me that you're quality enough for it. You show me, and then, we'll talk. Get on board with the TD and make sure you're over 3.5 yards per carry. So, that's going to be interesting little game day goals. Odd thing is, it's for a backup running back. So, a little odd, but we'll figure out how to try to work that in. To it. Trainer talk, team health. Interesante. I want to discuss managing player health for the upcoming season. Punishment during the game. That wear and tear will cause their health to start to diminish. Attributes may be affected. I don't know how many directions this could go, because normally if you choose one, it does shut down the conversation. Like, cool, thanks, thumbs up, emoji, there you go, bruh. But others do make them kind of go into it a little bit more, which I don't think it's all that helpful. I turned off the tutorials. I have a feeling this is kind of a backup way to do a little bit of a tutorial stuff over some newer type shit they put into the game, but we'll kind of see what they have to say. Each week, we'll evaluate every player's overall health and give them a status to help you manage your lineups. Oh, thank you. Lovely. After practice, we'll give you each player's final status. This determines their availability for the upcoming game. Yeah, I know. We've always had stuff like that. I think once they started putting in the weekly strategy thing, and you can go and do practice with players and all that, that's not really anything new. So, thanks, but not too special. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Good to know. I'm kind of tired of texting with you. Yeah, good to know. Let's get off the... What did you mean by abilities? God damn it. Okay. Still asking questions. New abilities can unlock or improve over time and can be changed week to week. Let us know the plan during the next weekly strategy. Okay. Can I get off the phone with you now? Can we stop texting? I am a new head coach here. I've got a lot of work to do, hombre. Okay, let's see. Fingers crossed. Appreciated. Shuts it down. I have a feeling if I said thanks, he would have continued talking. I really do. All right, so we've talked about our team. Now let's take a look at this roster and what we are made of, right? Big spots, Aaron Rodgers, and I do have Will Howard over Mason Rudolph as far as backups go. I think Will Howard has a little bit more maneuverability than Rudolph does. Plus, Rudolph got bopped upside the head by a helmet from Myles Garrett. Telling me that doesn't have any impact, okay? It definitely does. Now, Aaron Rodgers, for as much as I may not like the man, he's damn good. Okay. He even at his old tender age, he can drop it into other old guys. If he doesn't want to drop it into old guys, boom, squeeze it into the young fellers. That sounds so wrong. Throw it to the young guys. And speaking of young guys, Will Howard at the quarterback spot, like I said, this is kind of why I made him the backup, because he can make a lot of the throws that one Rodgers can make. It's just not all. But I definitely think he can make almost every single throw that Mason Rudolph can. It's just he also has the capability to run. So, if you see his pinpoint, he's got good pocket presence. And boom, drop that one on the run to Colvin. in the second preseason game, and he's freaking golden. At running back, Gainwell, he really wanted to have that top spot, right? So first game, he doesn't get a touchdown for us. He actually played pretty decent, but he didn't get a touchdown in the first preseason game, so he technically didn't start it off strong. Not that we didn't try, but he just didn't get it. And if anybody's wondering, no, I'm not showing the preseason games. Those things are boring enough. We'll see about season 2 if we do, as we start to kind of develop some storylines for players. So talking back to Gainwell now, after that one, still a lot of growth needed, but you have time to grow. Keep your head up. I'm knowing better than how I played out there, Coach. Maybe you're not, though. Maybe you're not. Keep on it. And I think he does have some capability, right? So here he is in the second game, taking a screen pass. You can see he's got maneuverability. He's got speed. He can break tackles. It's just really being able to put that together on a consistent timeline and within the tackles. He's most successful when he has open space. And you can see right there, I mean, that was great blocking, but he's got to have that open space for it. And that's kind of the biggest thing. So I do like to run up the middle. I really do. I think it gives you good quick yardage. And as far as Gainwell goes, he struggles in that. I think we can make him better, but he's still just, and he did pretty decent over the preseason. He just didn't do well enough for me to put him as a running back. Now looking at some of these other position types, Jonnu Smith heading out the tight end, DK Metcalf for the wide receivers, and this is going to be a problem area for us, I have a feeling. Metcalf, surprisingly, is only an 85 overall. For some reason, I just felt like he would be higher up. Couldn't tell you why, I just did. But Colvin Austin and Scotty Miller are both 75 and 71, respectively. So that's our top 3 receivers, right? Skowronek is a 70 overall. We're going to have to really look to find a receiving target, maybe through trade, maybe through scouting. I don't know, but we're going to have to get some top-of-the-line receivers that are overall over a 90 in here if we're going to be looking at this dang thing. Now, you're going to notice something coming up, all right, as we take a look. And once we get to the right guard, you'll notice I have a new right guard on the team, Sam Cosmi. The reason for that is I traded away Cam Hayward. People can throw a fit all day long. Cam Hayward is 36 years old. I get it. He's a 99. That's fine. I'm not worried about 99 overall, okay? I'm worried about my team as a whole. And for some reason, look, it cost me. They had him as 3rd on the depth chart, even though he's an 88 overall. But I couldn't keep it. He was too much money, and he's too old. We have to start building up. And I'm going to need draft picks. I did get a 2027 first-round draft pick from Washington, along with a 2027 4th rounder, a 2026 I think 4th and 6th round pick also. So I got 4 draft picks, one of them being a first round pick. Plus I got our new starting right guard. Sue me if you want. I'm telling you, I think that's going to work out better for us in the long run. I'm not worried about saying, oh, we're successful for the next 3 years. No, we're going to be successful for a long, long time. And Hayward ain't going to be there for all of it. So keep that in mind as we kind of build this team out. Understand some players are going to have to go. Alex Highsmith, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I don't have to get rid of him. But so Harmon, I did move up to the starting position. He's a rookie, so I guess they really didn't want him to start. But with Hayward out, yeah, Harmon is starting. He's going to do it. Throwing him in. Yaya Black coming out of Iowa. He's our 4th. He's 69 overall, so hopefully we don't have to get to him too much. But still, I think we'll be okay. We're just gonna have to build up and continue to scout. But I need to start getting in some younger talent. This is definitely an older team. So yeah, expect to see some of these old guys go. From the linebacker spot, Kazir White and Peyton Wilson, both of them at 76. But this is for the Sam spot, and honestly, it wouldn't let me go without having an actual Sam linebacker. And Kazir White is labeled as a Sam, so I did bring him in, and I think he's actually a pretty good pickup. I think it works to have him on. He's not very expensive, and he's got talent, so take it for what it is. Patrick Queen will be our Mike linebacker starting out. He did have an interception in the preseason. He's a pretty good tackler, got good instinct for the ball. Kid's got talent. Peyton Wilson coming off the will spot. 1 year here, so he's a youngster. He's a 76 overall. He's a kid that we can once again really establish into this franchise. Jalen Ramsey, he's getting kind of old. Everybody knows the trade. He is our best defensive back, though, at 94 overall, and I get it, he is an X factor, but still, let's face it, he's old. So we're going to have to keep a watch on his value versus performance. Now, taking a look at some of our safeties, Juan Thornhill and Deshaun Elliott, another Texas player on our team. I think our safety area is going to be a little rough. Elliott, he's okay. He's got enough awareness about him. But it's going to be a struggle on the defensive secondary, I think, either way. Now, thankfully, we start out against the Jets and Justin Fields, so I don't have to stress about that too much. Fingers crossed. But it should be an interesting season, an interesting year, an interesting franchise. And so we're going to get started on that in the next episode, everybody. Now, if you have not already hit the subscribe button, I definitely suggest doing so. Hit the thumbs up if you're excited for preseason really being back. My Cowboys play tomorrow on Saturday. Preseason football, NFL, college, it's all coming back, fellas. We got weekend after weekend with football for the next about 4 or 5 months. It's going to be great, so give us a thumbs up for that. And then hit that bell icon to be notified of all the content that we do upload here at Champ & Sons, whether it be college football, Madden, any of the other stuff we got going on, Planet Coaster, Walking Dead. Our channel's all over the place, folks. So hit that bell icon so you can be notified of all of our uploads and pick and choose what you want to see. But until then, guys, we're going to kick the season off in the next episode. So as always, stay safe and well, later, y'all.